So we're gonna move on to the third. We're blazing through this really fast. Is the right plasma blade. Yes. Now this move also hits grounded. They buffed that. But at the same time, hitboxes are like, you know, it's kind of sad as well. So, welcome to Open Hwoarang Lessons. There's a lot of cheese, lots of Okizeme cheese, and today's video is no exception. This is gonna be the last Wall Okizeme video, so officially ending the Okizeme series. We had 3 Okizemes in open space, and now 3 Okizemes with wall. So this one is the classic. Then again, I keep mentioning classic with every other Okizeme, but yes, this is the classic. What do I mean by the classic? When Tekken 7 Vanilla was still out, that is what Hwoarang players always did. And that RFF F+3 at the end was really unscaled, so it did a ton of damage. However, when they updated the game to Fated Retribution, you could no longer, what do you call this? What happens with that update? So this is, I'd say, a nerf, but it is what it is. Hwoarang got bigger damage with RFF 43 LFS 3 F4, and of course you know the Okizeme for that, link in the description below. So a lot of the options I'm about to present here are the same options that have existed in the other videos I have previously done. That is how reliable those options are. And of course, just to showcase it, what those options are: down back 4, extremely reliable, it's been in a ton of videos already. RFF 3, extremely reliable as well, ton of videos already. And right plasma blade, well, one or two videos for that one, not a lot. But yes. And of course we can include RFF back 2 or RFF DF4, like again the list goes on. So again, when you do Okizeme, make sure to test all the options, that way you know which options to test for and which options you can use in regards to what the opponent's gonna do to wake up. So I already tested stand-up, so again, you gotta test everything in stand-up. Now we're just gonna go to ground technique. So we're gonna do side quick roll, just a bit. We're gonna do my basic, my favorite, the frontier cheese combo, and we're gonna do the vanilla ender, and it doesn't affect. However, you don't need to stop at side quick roll, because this is just one out of the 3. So you do quick recovery, and you want to see if that affects that too, just in case, or else you're gonna make a grave error like I did with the hunting hawk Okizeme video, and you know, you'd have to find a way to put all the stuff. it was hassle, but yeah. So now you know that it affects everything, and just for good measure, we're just gonna go to back quick roll because it's been hitting tech roll and quick recovery. So before I even get down to the first option, or I already have actually, it is RFF 3. And so it's guaranteed versus all the ground technique options. So by all means, press RFF 3. And it's great because RFF 3 is safe. So now we're going to move on to stand-up options. And so again, here again to wake up backwards. DF1 down 2 while standing 4-4 into RFF 3. It hits. Now, of course, I am doing DF1 down 2 while standing 4-4. But depending on the number of hits you do in a combo, you can change it so that the while standing 4-4 would connect. So you can change it to down 2 while standing 4-4, or you can change it to just while standing 4-4 by itself. Either way, the most important part in this Okizeme is to get the while standing 4-4 part down. Because if you don't get the while standing 4-4 part down, all the options I'm about to present don't exist, because that means you're ending it on a DF1 or a down 1 or a down 2. Which their Okizeme would be slightly different. Not too different, but slightly different. It doesn't get the full spike effect of while standing 4-4. So you saw block versus stand-up, right? I'm just going to show you again, just for good measure, why this option, this very deadly option, no longer connects. And if it did connect, Hwoarang would be spoiled for damage. Really spoiled. So again, you're -4 on block, and don't let that stop you. Because again, you can do RFF 3-4. So the Okizeme here, even if you are at -4, is decent. But if you wanted to continue pressure so badly as Hwoarang, you can always just use that new transition they gave you in RFF 3 F4. 3-4, right? Forward. And you can just straight up go into the RFS F4 mix-up and then control. And then keep them here in this corner. Or move them all the way to the other corner. Because again, they have limited ways to get out. So you know which way they can get out, and you just use the option that stops them from going from that way. And of course, if they press a button, RFF DF4 is going to be your best friend because you're going to be covered with frames most of the time. For as long as you cover it properly, right? So that's stand up. And it's looking good already with big mix-ups. So let's see front roll. We'll see if we're going to get that a guaranteed hit here. But we got to have that classic NVIDIA frame drop. Hopefully they fix this issue anytime soon. I'd be happy if they announce something in the Tekken Online Challenge wherein they update the game for frame drops, because a lot of us have been having this issue. Yes, it's legit. I would not want a balance match, but rather frame drop. You know, it's mandatory for at least my computer. It's different for other people, and the solutions they also differ. So again, you saw there, guaranteed hit versus the front roll. Now we're gonna move on to side rolls versus in the stand-up category. Will RFF 3 hit? Oh, it does not. However, you are also safe, and it's a lot more different compared to whiffing RFF back 2 or the right plasma blade, wherein you were still kind of in motion. It was kind of tricky. Here, it's quite obvious. RFF 3 already whiffed, and by the time they got up, you were still an LFF. So you can block. And press a button, actually. You still actually might be in an advantage. So, we still have to test it. So, let's again have Hwoarang here, our best friend, do the combo for us. That's why I trust the computer more than I do. There you go. There, see? I tried to press wake up 4 there. And I got counter hit by DB+4. Now, that is if you do the wake up kick. You could always just choose to wake up and press, like, let's say a down jab or a DF1. And so you just have to, you know, test that rigorously, non-stop, whether to see if you could prevent Hwoarang from pressing a button. And as Hwoarang, if you could still press a button to prevent them and keep them locked in, maybe you could put another dash RFF back 2 in there. You never know. So that's against side roll left. And that situation is most likely going to be the same with side roll right. Right? Oh, it connects. That didn't happen with side roll left, right? It did not. It did not. So that means both side rolls are not created equal, apparently. They are not. They are not. They are not created equal. But you're both side rolls, they said. Ah, so again, side roll right, it is guaranteed. Now we're going to go to wake up kicks. Now this is where you can kind of commit RFF 3-4, because RFF 3-4 on counter hit is a natural combo. So you'd probably want to get that plus 29 damage and huge plus frames. Because again, if you do RFF 3-4 F4, you know, when that transitions to right flamingo, you have more plus frames, yes, because it's counter hit, but you have less damage. So you want to try to get like as much damage as you can, right? Most especially if you know that they're going to wake up. Oh, but apparently it's not that good of an idea. No, it's not. So let's just stay with RFF 3, right? Let's just stay with RFF 3. There you go. Because they're still going to be on the floor. So you get the guaranteed RFF 3. And then you can press another low-hitting move. Maybe you could do another while standing 4 if you'd like. I just pressed DF1 there. And that's most likely going to beat also wake up low. And that's what I'm going to do. And it could probably even beat the toe kick and the spring kick as well. Oh, against wake up low, they stand up immediately. No, okay, wake up kicks are not created equal either. They're very different from each other. Now we're gonna move on to recovery kick. Let's see the difference. Gonna do the same old down 2 to while standing 4 for RFF 3. Oh, they stand up immediately. Remember, you're plus 7. That's a lot of frames for Hwoarang. Lots of frames for Hwoarang in this situation. You could do down 3-4 because again, 17 minus 7. That is 10. Hopefully when I'm editing this video, my math is right. You'll see it down below in the notes. Yeah, like the cheese subtitles. So again, down 2. This is again spring kick. Oh, I think you can get way more off that because that kind of slump on the wall means more additional damage. So what I'm thinking is you can get down back 4 right after it. And allow me to show you. Yeah, you can, you can. And now you're gonna put again the right flamingo mix-ups all over and over. And your opponent's probably super tired of right flamingo mix-ups. Yeah, because they're deadly. So again, showcasing the RFF 3 ender after while standing 4-4. Guaranteed versus all the ground techniques. These do not work versus it. After they get hit by the RFF 3, that's when they start doing these things. But they're gonna get hit by the RFF 3 first after the spike of while standing 4-4. With stand-up, it hits wake up backwards, gets blocked by stand up, beats front roll, side roll left avoids it, side roll right gets hit by it, And everything from Wake Up gets hit by it, with Spring Attack giving more additional damage than it would like to give Hwoarang. So that's the first Wall Okizeme option for Wall Standing 4-4. Let's move on to the next one, which is Down Back 4. So again, Down Back 4, we're gonna do it, test roll it versus the Tech roll left. And if you notice, right, this is all gonna be guaranteed hits because you already know how Wall Standing 4-4 operates. It is a spike maneuver or move that spikes the opponent to the ground. So these are all gonna be hit after hit after hit. And what you could do after Down Back 4 is you could choose to enter Right Flamingo and annoy your opponent to death. Or you could choose to do something else instead of entering Right Flamingo and just, you know, doing something like that. That works as well. You're only -1, so it's not that big of a deal. So you're gonna go straight stand up. This is a fast process, right? We just showcase the option and do it. Okay, Wake Up backwards, same thing. So it's just a question of stand up, right? Will this hit? It probably will because I don't think that's guaranteed. Let's have a crouch guard just for good measure. Maybe because guard hold didn't work there. Because I've had situations when I do this Okizeme where they could block Down Back 4. Yes, there you go. I am correct. So it is a mix-up at stand-up. You could choose to do the 50-50 of RFF 3 or Down Back 4. Or once we get into it, as the third Wall Okizeme option, the right Plasma Blade. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. So yes, it is a mix-up versus stand-up. Because again, even if they do block Down Back 4, for as long as you transition to Right Flamingo, that is going to be +1 in Hwoarang's favor. And they're not gonna like it a lot. They will not. So of course, if side roll left could avoid RFF 3, Down Back 4 has other things to say about that, because again, it is a move that hits grounded. And RFF 3 already connected versus side roll right. And of course, Down Back 4 definitely is in agreement with that. So here we go, the tricky part. The tricky part is the Wake Up kicks. So it hits Wake Up mid, Wake Up low. So it's just the Spring Attack that I'm worried about. Because in open, the way it interacts is completely different. But what about if their back is slightly towards... Well, not slightly towards. It is, like, at the wall. So I guess it makes a huge difference if they're at the wall. Yes. The cheese. While standing 4-4. Oh, Spring Attack. Oh, that's also... That's legitimate. That's legit. That's legit. Allow me to show you. Just like I did with RFF 3. That is a legitimate combo. Again, you're giving them absolutely way more damage than they've wanted. So just a quick recap of what happened in the second Wall Okizeme option. Down Back 4, your best friend probably at this point already. Guaranteed versus all ground techniques. You know, just as how While Standing 4-4 interacts with this option. Because it spikes. Against stand up, hits against Wake Up backwards, blocks. It's a mix up versus stand up. Hits front roll, hits all the side rolls, hits everything else. So basically, moral of the lesson is, if you get spiked by While Standing 4-4 at the wall, you might as well just stand up. So hold up. Make sure you're always holding up. We're going to move on to the third. We're moving it. We're blazing through this really, really fast. Is the right Plasma Blade. Yes. Now this move also hits grounded. They buffed that, but at the same time, hitboxes are like, you know, it's kind of sad as well. So, and if you've noticed with that flip over, they're outside the wall, so they're kind of closer to the wall towards the right, but you can't really trap them there. You can't. So they're free, and you're also misaligned, so you'd have to press a button to realign yourself. That took like two presses of back. So that's one thing you got to worry against when you flip them over after right Plasma Blade, because they're gonna tech roll towards the left or towards the right. We'll see if that's the same for the right. No, a little bit different. They're still diagonally towards the wall. You can see the corners a little bit closer there, and not much room to get out, really, compared to the one when they tech rolled left. They're way, way out there. And going straight to quick recovery. Yeah, that's right. Gotta showcase all of this. Because if I just said it, you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes they say seeing is believing. Back 3. Moving on. Almost there. And yep. And since that option doesn't affect, right? You can always just loop this. If the hitbox worked. Now we're moving on to stand up. Wake up backwards. Now down back 4 and RFF 3 connected versus this. We shall see. Will it connect here? It will not. It will get blocked. But there is massive pushback on that. And if you've noticed when I talked about it in the LFS down back 4 Okizeme, depending if your character has that long reaching 13 frame punish, then you better take note as a Hwoarang player. If not, you're still kind of safe in this situation, most especially even in the mirror. Hwoarang can't do much in regards to that. So now Wake Up Backwards joins the army of blocking the Okizeme option, and stand up will be no exception. It will still do the same. Front roll, but as the name suggests, will not join that because he's moving forward. However, there are times front roll is a good option, most especially against Lay's Ender. One of Lay's combos enders, yes. Oh, there you go, side roll left, avoiding it, but again, you are safe because by the time they got up, you already finished your animation with right plasma blade. No need for me to re-show that. Oh, that catches side roll right. So again, side rolls are not created equal. They are not. Wake up mid kick. Wake up mid kick. What is the answer? Guaranteed hits into massive. Too much cheese. Too much cheese. Poor Hwoarang or a poor opponent who presses wake up kick in that situation. Same thing would be of wake up low, but would it be the same with recovery kick and spring attack? Would it? Are they the same? Oh, they are not. It wins in that scenario. So, if RFF 3 and down back 4 have a lot more going for it, right plasma blade has clear options that it kind of loses to, which is just recovery kick. So that's not that bad. So again, guaranteed versus all of these ground technique options. It's just how they wake up afterwards, most especially the tech roll left and right. Quick recovery and back kick roll are not affecting towards it. Wake up and stand up, that is a mix-up. If again, they have the punish for it. If not, you could still, let's say, steal your turn in that scenario. Front roll, it hits. And the side rolls are not created equal. One of them loses. All the wake up kicks lose except recovery kick. So that is the third Wall Okizeme option. And as per usual with all Okizemes, the last and final option is movement. Oh yes, good old movement. So movement also includes all of Hwoarang's good stance options. So again, if you do transition to RFF after while standing 4-4, so one backdash into RF while you're in RFF could open up a good number of scenarios depending on how your opponent reacts. The other option you could run, right, is Flamingo. But remember, you're in RFF, so if you want to do manual, left Flamingo, you would have to cancel out and do Flamingo. Or you could just choose a move instead to do RFF forward 3 to enter Flamingo. That I recommend far more. You would whiff a move, let's say RFF DF4 or RFF forward 3 to enter the Flamingo you need to get to. Because you could still do RFF F4 in right foot forward, which is what I did earlier, to enter RFS and do the RFS mix-ups. But yeah, just like that. See, I whiffed the move and they wake up just in time for it. So that's an example with RFF. So I'll just show you an example with LFS so that you know they're in danger right there. So that covers the Okizeme options for while standing 4-4 at the wall. Again, you can choose to do DF1 down 2 while standing 4-4, or any of the down jabs to while standing 4-4, or while standing 4-4 by itself when you get the wall splat. Again, highly dependent on the number of hits you get, but make sure you can end it with while standing 4-4 in order to utilize the options presented, at least in this video. Again, a lot of the other options that I don't cover still work, okay? But make sure you test it all the time so that you know which options hit what. So again, that has been the cheese for today. I've been Frontier, and thank you for watching. Stay cheesy. Good stuff indeed. Oh no, I'm in danger. Ooh. What? 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 What happened there? That shouldn't have happened. That's malas. That's it. Poor king.